Yeah, I mean, it's quite ironic, right? Because in school,
Yeah.
I don't really like statistics and maths. Yeah, but I was forced to, like, because, I need to make my money back in the stock market, right? So, yeah.
Hi, welcome everybody to GMT8. Today we have Benny Lee, the Chief Market Strategist at Equities Tracker. He's been trading the Malaysian and Singapore equity and futures market for the past 10 years. And in fact, he's also been he's currently the Chief Market Strategist for NextVIEW Group, providing training, consultancy, and analysis for the financial markets. Welcome to GMT8.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure.
Yeah. So you've been a market strategist from 2008.
The market strategist came when I was in a stockbroking company. I was an analyst there in Jupiter Securities.
Right.
So that's how I get the chief market strategist.
Wait, I'm going to do this. You're very scared of the mic. Don't be
Really?
scared of the mic, dude. Okay, just ignore the mic now. Continue talking. So anyway. So you're in stockbroking and fell into market strategies. You didn't plan it like
Yeah, because I actually started investing in the markets in 1997. That's right.
Wait,
after
you just
college
finished
lah.
Form 5,
1995?
Yeah,
It was
93,
after
5 years, yeah,
college.
college.
Lah. Because that time everybody was talking about the stock market. Right? I said, shit, I have to get involved in it as well. So, okay lah, just try lah. And the money that is supposed to be used for my university degree, I somehow convinced my parents to start trading in the markets lah. But in 1997, and lost everything.
Oh,
So that's how I get started. But so I had this feeling of getting revenge in the market. I
Right.
just want to make my money back, my
Right.
hard-earned parents' money. Then I actually joined a company that sells software. It's a charting or technical analysis software. It's called Metastock.
Right.
And that time was still it's like internet was just introduced, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
still have to log in with TMNet and Jari. It's crazy, so no broadband, no internet, and at the time internet was not there. So it's basically a software lah. So I started selling software, and the good thing is because that company does education as well, and because I've lost a lot of money, I don't have even money to pay for education anymore, right? So when I joined the company, I get to learn from a lot of traders lah.
Right.
And that's how. And the good thing is, a lot of people who are not so savvy in tech, especially the traders are all old school, right? I get to actually go to them and actually learn how they really trade. So it's not just theoretical, the practical aspect as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you start off in that company as a broker?
No, so that's a training company. It's an education provider and also data provider. So
Right.
they provide data, right? So that's how I started. And because technical analysis was still new, not like today, like anybody can be a guru on the internet, right? Talking about anything else. But it's mostly self-learned because the company sells the software and I learn from the traders there. And at that point of time, most of the traders were foreigners.
Right.
Right, I'm not sure if you heard like Daryl Guppy and Joe Di Napoli. Those are the masters of technical analysis at that point of time. So they don't have a local guy, right? And there was another guy called Fred Tam, which is also one of my mentors. And that's how somehow people, when I work with the stockbroking companies, because we provided those data and software to the companies, they asked me, hey, can you train us how to use?
Right.
And that's how I accidentally become a trainer.
Excellent.
I was a salesman selling the software and I became a trainer. I've been a trainer since.
That journey is interesting. Broker, salesman, trainer.
Yeah, salesman, trainer, broker.
And the first sale was to his parents.
I was lucky because when you're young, if you lose a lot of money, you can take a lot of risk.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
I'm glad that I started young. If I lose all the money now, it's not just me, right? It's the whole
Correct.
family as well.
And that's the thing that we've been telling people, it's easier to make mistakes when you're younger because it's easier to the world is more kind to you to recover. It's when you're old, when you're older, it's harder to recover. It's not that you can't. It's not that you shouldn't take risks and all that. It's just harder. So when you're
time
younger,
getting shorter lah.
exactly. And it's younger, you do it. Okay, before we go further, just for the layman. Okay, what's a chief market?
So market strategist, what do they do?
They analyze markets lah, basically.
Right.
And come up with strategies because
Sorry, that's directly the name.
Yeah, that's it, right? Market strategist.
That's right.
So,
what does
yeah.
he do in a layman's term? What do you do?
So there are two kinds of risks when it comes to investing, right?
Right.
One is basically protecting your capital, which means that if you want to invest something, you make sure you know about it,
Correct.
you know the companies or what you're investing,
Correct.
Even cryptocurrencies. You need to know what it's all about, right? And then there's another thing called timing risk, because it depends on when you buy, will determine your
Yep.
returns later.
Yep.
So mine was on the timing side, the timing part. So basically, because I use charts, right? So I try to time when it's basically the best time to get in and the low risk time to get in and when to get out. Yeah, so that's my expertise.
So you're good with lines, you know,
Good
lines
lines,
going
good
up,
numbers.
going down, up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite ironic, right? Because in school,
Yeah.
I don't really like statistics and maths. Yeah, but I was forced to, because, I need to make my money back in the stock market, right? So, yeah. But it was interesting, yeah.
Yes. So how long was that journey towards being a profitable trader for you?
Well, even after that first, time when I started trading and lose all the money there, it took me about 3 years to actually be more confident in trading.
Right.
Where after that 3 years, I started to actually exit from the company and start trading myself. Because I see, at first it was more part-time thing. I just tried another professional
Right. People thought it's so easy, right? Attending a 3 days course and then I'm a professional trader.
right now. But let me tell you, it's not an easy journey. So it took me about 3 years before I'm more comfortable. That's when I really put serious money again in the markets.
Right.
And I was trading the futures market at that point. in time. Yeah.
Sorry.
Because that's the
That one gives
fastest way.
me, yeah, I know. That gives me the chills.
Yeah, that's the fastest way you can make money
Yeah.
at that time, because there's no forex or cryptocurrencies at that point of time, right? And you are trading on leverage.
Yeah.
So I was looking at, stocks too boring. I need to make back my money fast. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I traded futures first.
And one of the things when it comes to leverage, let's talk about leverage a bit, right? Is leverage always risky?
Well, it's a double-edged sword. You can make a lot of money of it. You can also lose a lot. You can basically lose everything when you go leverage. I mean, you probably heard about the Barings Bank by what was the guy name? They actually brought down a bank because of a leverage product, right? So you just have to be careful on how you manage that risk.
Okay, so with being in the industry since 1997, right? What has been your instrument of choice?
Well, I started off trading the palm oil futures market because traders like volatility, right? They like movements, like stocks. That's how you make money, right? They dabbled a bit on stocks. But it's only that 10 years ago I started to, I'm getting lazy trading, because trading has to be very active, right? And the moment you stop trading, you don't have income. So I decided that whatever that I have built through my trading,
Right.
I started to invest. So it's as long as I don't need to have very high returns,
Right.
Because once you have already built that capital, for example, right, then okay you make like 10-15% a year, which is already fantastic, So yes, I used to trade palm oil, but
Right.
4 years ago, because I was introduced into cryptocurrencies,
Ah.
and I find that this is a 24 hours market, and I already have the skill and the knowledge to trade. So I actually stopped trading palm oil futures about 4 years ago and started trading into cryptocurrencies.
Oh,
Right. Now, just for people, just in case they don't understand, I kind of understand. When it comes to trading, there's two type of people. One is known as the trader, one is known as the investor. In other words, the investor put money and just take in dividend and all that just the whatever residuals that comes from your stock buys or whatever buys you do. The other one is the buy sell fella. So the one that you see in the movies. That fella. That's the trader.
And now no more lah.
yeah. Now no more. All just press buttons.
Now not stress,
done.
now you can do it on handphone as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of both
Right.
investing and also trading. Trading is basically just get more money for the investments.
Correct.
Like you said, that's basically the pipeline for passive income, right?
Right.
So hopefully the next. Right now, it's actually quite comfortable getting the dividends, but you just continue to build it as long as you can.
Okay, this is where I'm going to back away because you brought up crypto. Go. Ask him.
I think that's a hot flavor right now.
Yeah. So what was your first encounter with crypto?
Yeah, actually my first encounter in crypto was about 10 years ago when it was just started. Because I knew a friend who's a computer geek, and that time only computer geeks know or understand crypto. Because for me, I thought it was just another internet money lah. And I don't understand, how to read about the white paper and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what it's all about. But the guy understood, right? And I remember that time crypto was just about less than $10 or something like that.
Right.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But to get and buy a Bitcoin is not easy at that time lah. Right? Now you have exchanges that you can go to and all that, right? But I remember going through the layers and layers of getting your fiat money, your ringgit, or into Bitcoin. It's like, I don't know whether the money was lost in that translation or the journey there. So I wasn't convinced, right? And that was one of my biggest regret lah. My biggest regret lah. Because it was just like less than $100, right? Even if I buy $1,000, I said,
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I could
imagine now.
I'll probably be some island somewhere just relaxing.
Yeah, you won't be here. You won't be here. Maybe it'll be a hologram of you like, I'm that rich now.
Yeah. So one of my partners, so I really didn't talk about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies at that point of time. After that, right? Just but the guy, of course, has actually migrated lah. So the guy buy quite loads of Bitcoins at that point of time. But the journey, of course, he sold. I still have my partner currently in Equities Tracker. He's the one who, he's again a computer guy, right? An IT guy, so he understands about crypto, and that's when he started to introduce to us. And that's where my passion, my curiosity come back again.
Yep.
I probably do not want to miss again this time.
Right.
So he introduced to us, and it took me about 2 years before I really understood the whole thing.
Right.
Because I have the financial background, but crypto is more like finance plus technology, right? And the economics of it and all that. So it took me some time to be convinced. That's when I started to build some assets into crypto lah. Yeah.
So since you've known crypto since then, when did you really dive in to investing in crypto or trading crypto?
Yeah, so I was looking at the whole crypto market because it's like running in parallel with the current financial system that we have, right? So and that movement has been very strong, especially after 2008 lah. Because that's when 2008 is a big financial crisis in the US, right? And everybody just get pissed off, right, with the current system, right? They have been losing a lot of money, but these guys are making millions of dollars, right? So they get away with it, right? And the movement got strong after that, right? So if I understand that parallel finance, if I don't put my leg into it, right? I don't know, maybe in 10 years or 20 years time, I'll be regretting it. So that's why it's now like I have the old money here in the old financial system and put a leg in lah, just to be safe lah. But of course we don't put everything in as well lah. You just put a certain percentage of what you have there.
So I'm sure you've seen like the booms and busts of the major exchanges.
Yep. Because I was trading on FTX. Before they went bust. Yep. But I was so lucky. I think cryptocurrencies. Again, it's more like a cowboy kind of financial market at the moment.
Right.
You have to make sure the safety of your assets, your coins, right? And you're the only person, right? Not like the old markets where you put in the banks with custodians and all this. Your money.
Someone else is going to do it, like yeah.
But this you have to do your own. So a person that goes into crypto, one of the things that I've learned is you have to be part of the community, right? Because that's where you get all the info. You don't get current media that talks about crypto, right? So Twitter, of course, is the current media for crypto. So you just join these groups. Now it's X. Yeah. So that's how we get information. So the moment we heard that CZ, the CEO of Finance, actually sold the FTT coins because they don't believe in it. So, okay, I better take action right now. So I just remove. Just basically get out of the exchange and put it into the wallet. And it was like just 2 days before they actually closed down. I was so
You just missed that boat. You gone.
If not, okay I didn't put everything there also lah. Still substantial.
I think at the point in time where I was seeing CZ pull out how can I short FTT? Short FTT in the FTX exchange.
Yes. Hopefully you can take the cash out.
Take the cash out.
The coins out of the system.
So with the developments, I think right now with regulation in the market, right? As the crypto market, I guess, starts maturing, still cowboy, but it's starting to mature. Do you see, how do you see the shift in the cryptocurrency market? as it goes that way.
Yeah, I think the crypto I mean, of course, people look at crypto. It was started with a few dollars, and now it's like even as high as about $70,000 US. People thought it was like shit. It's a peak already, right?
Yeah.
But if you really look at it, even at that point of time, the market is still small, right? And if you look at it, the whole market cap of all the coins, cryptocurrency, the known ones,
Yep.
right, is still smaller than the market cap of Apple. Right, and that was a peak, right? So for us, I think it's just a starting point.
Yep.
Because I think crypto is a movement. People have to it's about acceptance, right? And people like us now we are like evangelists on crypto. Right? Say, hey, you need to get into crypto. You need to learn about crypto. You need to be in crypto. So in 2008, 2018. That's when I really started studying. And I tried to join communities because I think that's the most important thing for every crypto person that wants to go into crypto, right? I got into NFTs because you join the community again, and you just have to whatever lah. But Malaysia is still small in a sense in the community,
Correct.
So we have to go online.
I think one of the reasons Malaysia is still small is like, look, I would love to jump into crypto, but so far y'all talking, I'm just because of the language y'all use is not English. Okay, can you speak English?
That's even not technical.
No,
right?
I know. So here's the thing: where can one go? Because look, I do want to get involved, but I do not want to feel stupid.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So how does one who don't want to feel stupid understand it better? You said you took 2 years.
Yeah.
Some people I got no 2 years to learn. Sorry, I just be outside. Where can someone learn it?
Well, there's tons of YouTube videos you can learn.
Where would you recommend?
Because I learned it from my friend, my partner, right, who actually is a computer guy.
Correct.
He understands finance, so
Correct.
that's where I learned from. But really, I mean, there's a lot of resources that you can learn about crypto.
But in a nutshell, what would you explain? Okay, so the audience now watching don't know anything about crypto. It's like I don't know. Crypto is the spelling is CR. I don't know. Okay, but so what's the first line of knowledge you should have? Then after that, the first few lines of knowledge you should have before you even dip your toe in.
All right. I think we are quite fortunate now that crypto is being regulated here in Malaysia.
Yep.
So we have now regulated exchanges in Malaysia, like Luno and Tokenize and all that. So I think the first thing is just go into any of these platforms.
Yep.
Be part of that community, because I guess they are building communities as well at the moment. So they have events like every month or every week. So that's how you learn, right? You go to the communities, you ask questions and kind of stuff. That's the best platform.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think the first thing that you need to do, just put your leg in first.
Just put in.
Just put it first.
Just like, hello, how are you?
I mean, right now you can even buy like $10 of Bitcoin or $100 of crypto. So you don't need to really come in a big way.
Yeah.
But as we learn further, then okay lah, you start putting it more lah.
Yeah, once you've got skin in the game, then you'll be like, okay, I want to keep up with the news and what's going on. So when it comes to crypto, I suppose you've got people who are like the OGs, right? who bought into the original white paper of Satoshi Nakamoto, okay, about owning your assets, right? And then it's hard coded in the blockchain.
Right.
Did you buy into that idea, or were you more like money?
Yeah, because I'm a more risk averse person, right? Because being from the old financial system, for me, for anyone out there, I think Bitcoin is like the gold in cryptocurrency lah. So that's the standard, right, of most coins. But of course, I've gone into one project earlier. In fact, I did not. I came out a little bit later lah. So there was this coin. Again, I'm not really a tech guy lah. So it's a different protocol and all that kind of stuff where it's supposed to breach Bitcoin and some other coins like Ethereum, and it started off well, but that project is called REN. And it was owned by FTX. Right?
Okay.
So the founders actually sold a big stake to them, and once they have gone down, the whole project died lah. But we were lucky because we got in earlier, so we do not lose money lah. But we should have sold it when it went up that high, Anyway,
That's part
but
of
that's
life,
just part of
yeah,
it because again, once you go into any of these coins, if you are part of the community, then you just get more information from that. But of course, I think for me, my opinion is that like probably 99 or more percent are basically shit coins, right? We don't know fundamentals. People don't understand it. It's all about that hype of going to cryptocurrencies, right?
So let's talk a bit about shit coins, right? Of course, the biggest shit coin out there is Doge, right? Maybe, right? But because now we have of course Elon Musk. Every now and then, let me send a tweet about Doge and how it's going to be incorporated with X or whatever, like Tesla, even, right? So do you touch like Doge or any coins?
Not really, lah. I prefer to go in the more stable ones, the more famous ones. I mean, if you ask me personally, I'm just investing. This is for long term, right?
Right.
Yeah. And of course, I have Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin, because Litecoin is like a baby Bitcoin, right? So, in fact, that's what I did for my children as well.
Right.
So whatever money that they have actually saved, just put into Litecoin.
Ah.
There was a time that Litecoin was about, I think their average was about $100, and it went down to like 40, and they were like, you see, they were telling me you should have
Put my money just bank, right? No. I
But, so as long as you keep on buying, but of course one day if you believe that cryptocurrency is the way to go, the value will come back again, lah. So you just have to wait, lah, right now.
So I hear very much when it comes to your investment decisions in crypto, it's very much on the fundamentals.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And what are the key fundamentals that makes you decide, okay, whether I'm in or I'm not?
Okay, to be frank with you, I'm not
sure. I won't say whether that, utility, the
tokenomics of it is very important, right? So of course, right now, Ethereum, I think, is the hardest working blockchain right now, right? Because Bitcoin is just like another gold. You just buy there just to preserve your asset or wealth, right? So that's easily understandable. But a lot of the other projects, if I don't understand, I'll just stay away. But I could trade it. I like to trade shit coins, right? Why? Because when we have a pump, that's when I short it.
Yeah. So that's I don't buy it for long term.
The only one that I bought for long term, like I mentioned to you, was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Yeah.
And what sort of holding time frame do you have? Okay, of course you have your longer term holdings like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. But in terms of like your short term speculation, what sort of time frame do you?
Oh, it could be hours. It could be
days. Normally not more than a week, because it's very volatile, right? And because I'm a trader before this, so I have actually a plan. I just keep. The good thing about those systems, right, is so advanced. It's not like you're trading the stockbroking right now in Malaysia. I mean, the system's like probably 30 years ago, right? It's not changed ever since. But so it's so flexible where you can just key in your orders. Like people put in algos and all that. But I don't fully have an algo, so I just put my trading plans on all the orders, and I just leave it there.
Right.
Yeah. So you can hit that target within
an hour, within few hours or within a few days.
Nice. Yeah. So you have journeyed from a trader, trainer,
still a trainer though.
Still a trainer, and then right now you're also entering into fund management.
Yes, one of the reasons why I'm one of the things that I wanted to really do when I started in this industry was, first of all, was being a remisier, right? Because before 1996,
Suddenly I'm like scared of him, like.
But that time, because remisiers make most money. Now you have online trading and all that. Of course, it's not a good thing anymore right now, like a good business to be in right now. But they were making like shit tons of money every day. Right, and it's cash because everyone have to call their remisier. It's like, oh, this is what I wanted to be, right? And well, this guy's like, in a month they can make a few million ringgit. But of course, internet came, and that changed the whole scenario. I think, okay, that's not what I wanted to be anymore. And then I look at fund managing, because now I'm investing my own funds, right? But I also want to contribute, hopefully along the way, to help people make money, and I also make money by managing other people's money. And that's fund management. That's what fund management is all about.
Yeah.
lah.
So it's not FUN.
And management. Just in case you don't understand.
Manage your fun so that you can have fun.
Correct.
I think the fun one is you.
No. I'm the quiet one at the moment. We've got more to talk with him, but we'll talk more about his plans, his goals, and his two-wheel adventures. All that coming up next.
Asia, the world's #1 digital marketing software platform and fastest growing entrepreneurship community, is now free for life. Your complete digital products and services online sales system. All the tools you want to run your internet business. Everything you need to sell products and services online. No credit card, zero fees. It's just free. Discover the new better way to start an online business, build websites, and sell digital products. Create a full website with unlimited products and funnels, with free hosting, subdomain, and custom domain capability, and with more integrations so you can automate your business. It's truly the last online sales system you will ever need. Save thousands a month with free lifetime access to the top most powerful apps in the industry, including the #1 leading page and funnel building platform in the world, with thousands of brand new members making a switch over every single day. Plus, get free access to our private community, free live training, and free affiliate marketing business opportunity. Discover how to get started for free. Secure your free lifetime membership today and access your free software, training, and bonuses right now. Free for a limited time only at grooveasia.cn.
Welcome back, and yes, listen to our sponsors; they are amazing. All right, let's go into. I want to dig deeper into fund man. What is fund management? In case for people who don't understand, just now we're having fun, but but let's understand it better.
Yeah, I guess for most people, even for investors, fund management is basically buying unit trusts, right? Because in investing, you either can do it yourself, or someone do it for you.
Correct.
Right? And to get into do it for you is currently unit trust. That's the easiest platform. Right. Of course, the other one is you get all those higher net worth individuals who are in all those private banking guys and all that. They get specialized fund management services, right? But you need to probably have like $2-3 million before they actually structure a product and manage it for you. So that's what we wanted to do, but we do not want to go into unit trust.
Right.
Right. If you could check out the article about 2 months ago by the Star Beast Age that talks about I still remember the headline. It was the paltry returns of unit trust, right? Because you look at all the equity funds in Malaysia, there's 511 of them currently. The average performance is like between 2 to 4% a year.
Correct.
Right. I was into unit trust as well when I buy that trust for my kids, right? And performance, I don't want to say who they are, but it wasn't the performance that I was expecting.
Because the market is bearish at the moment. It's not bullish.
No, not it's bearish. It's just throughout the years, over the past few years. I'm not sure whether you have unit trust or not.
No.
Even if you have, you probably won't check the statement.
I would. You just put there and just let it be.
Yeah, just let it be, right? And you pay every month without knowing.
Yeah.
And, I only checked it like after 18 years. I said, oh, okay. Right. So we want to find out, you want to do it in time 6 years ago when we want to embark in fund management. Why are they performing like this? Because if we were to provide that kind of service a unit trust as well, we probably perform that also.
Yeah, correct.
Because that's the average, right? So we found some structural issues. We found some limitations of what a fund management can do in a unit trust industry because there are a lot of rules and certain guidelines that they have to follow. Right? So one of the best performing funds, we call it the closed-end fund.
Okay.
Right? Warren Buffett, right? That runs that closed-end fund through Berkshire Hathaway. So basically, these closed-end funds beat unit trusts most of the time, right? Why? Because a closed-end fund is like you put money there already, you cannot take out one.
Oh.
Right? And you can only sell it in the exchange. Like now, if you want to go into Warren Buffett's unit trust fund, for example, there are two basically. They have an A and B, right? The A, if you only buy one share, that's going to cost you like $550,000 right? So your entry is 2.5 million ringgit. Okay, everybody still want to get into it, right? But because they have been performing like 20% annually, right? Compared to the 2%, so it's big difference, right? But the entry was 2.5 million, and then you have the B share, of course, which is only about $300, so people can get into that, but the performance is not as good as the first one, right? So people who buy the share, so that's how you can get into that fund, right? And if you want to exit, you just sell it to the exchange, And in Malaysia, there's only one closed-end fund, iCapital, right? And I think that's the first and only closed-end fund that Securities Commission allow. So we try to find a hybrid where we want to manage in a closed-end manner,
Right.
okay, but allowing investors to exit also.
Oh.
Yes. So we have a hybrid, and I think I think our product is the first in Malaysia lah. It's not the first in the world, but it's first in Malaysia.
But recognized by the SE.
And that license, our license, Equity Tracker Holdings Company is listed on Bursa Malaysia, and we
Right.
have a subsidiary called ET Smart Wealth. That's the fund management license sits lah. And of course, it's not an easy journey, right? Because it took us about 3.5 years, 3.5 years before we got a license from SE. Since the application. And we were the first non-bank company they get a license, a fund management, after 10 years.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
That's
so
well
it's
done.
it's hard work for us, and we just started our fund actually in August this year. And every month we have funds where investors can open and start managing. And again, it's not the fund. We call it a separately managed account. It's like what the private banker clients get, but it's not 2 million, 3 million, but we bring it out to lowest is 50K lah.
Right.
To start your portfolio, because it's like basically you opening your own account and we manage it for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a unit trust structure.
Okay, I guess for some people out there, they may be thinking, okay, so how do I accrue the value from there and eventually realize it, especially in this hybrid model that you are talking about?
Yeah, so the beauty about this is for every client that opens an account with us, they actually have an access to a portal because we develop actually our software in-house.
Okay.
We have a portfolio management system, so they can actually see what we buy and what we sell for them every single day.
Yes, it's not like mostly you get your statements at the end of the year.
So they can log in and they can actually see what we actually buy and sell for them.
Is it like active, like live?
It's live, but it's updated on an end of day basis lah.
Which is fair
We
enough.
cannot share live also. Because people start copy trading.
Correct. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, Okay, let's get to the most important question.
Question. You've been dropping the word we. We never mentioned who.
We is. So who is we?
We are Equities Tracker lah.
Okay.
Equities Tracker started as a financial data company. That was 47 years ago by our late founder, Jim Wong.
Okay.
He used to write articles in the Beach in the economic section as well lah. So he started this because that time there was not much financial data. And 47 years ago, there's no internet and all that, right? So he has to manually go and get all the financial reports from companies in Bursa Malaysia every single day, right? Especially during reporting season, that's where you get a lot lah. And he keyed into that spreadsheet lah. Right, and of course, all of this has been digitalized, and that data he's basically use it for his own purpose because he has a passion in investing. But of course, then his
Friends know about it, then he starts telling the friends, and then it started to become the business way.
right. Then he provide this data to all the stockbrokers or whoever needs it lah. And then there were people asking, I don't know how to read the data. Then we started education. Right, about 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, and then along the way after 15 years, and of course, now it's the second generation. My partners, the two sons, took over the company, and we went listed, of course, so that's a public listed company because they are the major shareholders. I'm just one kuchi red there, right? But yeah, the reason why I joined, like I said, because I wanted to have a platform to be a fund manager,
Right.
Because that's like my ultimate dream, right? Yeah. So we started education, and during that education route, they were clients. Even after educating themselves, they know how to do it themselves, but they don't have time, right? They don't have the discipline because trading and investing is very emotional also, right? Like now the market is down, you're supposed to buy, but nobody wants to buy, right? So they said, hey, you guys are good at what you're doing. Let's just do it for us lah. So we have been having a lot of these inquiries, and that's why they decided, I think we should get into fund management. Right, so that's how it started. And when I had a conversation with them, because I would not just want to join any other training company, I just want to relax, right? But they say they want to go in fund management. Say, okay, let me tag along with you guys.
Yeah, I would imagine that you are entering fund management in a very interesting economic environment.
Yep.
Of rising interest rates,
Yep.
and then so
People who are less
who are risk averse, right? Would be like, well, interest rates are rising.
Yeah.
I can park my money there. Who will be the demographic for your fund then in this sort of environment?
Yeah, so basically our students because they know us better, right?
Right.
They've been with us and they've been subscribing to our software. We have club meetings. We even, it's community that we have built.
Yeah.
We even go and do site visits in these companies. We even bring CEOs to come actually speak to us in our community and this kind of stuff. So
because it's actually for our own research as well. Right.
so they know us better. So of course, right now when we started the funds, these are the guys that are ready, right? So we did not start from zero. Because one of the things that we don't do in our fund management business is we don't have distributors. We go direct. The reason why we don't go, and this is also probably one of the reasons why they are not performing, right? Because when you go to distributors like agents, the insurance agents and financial planners and all that, they take an upfront fee, right?
Yep.
It can go up to 5%, 5.5%, but averagely between 3 to 5 lah. So imagine if you put 100,000 in your investment, right, and they take 5,000 ringgit as a commission, you start with 95,000.
Yep.
That means you're already down
Before it even started, right? And then it's going to be very difficult for the fund manager.
manager to keep up just to break even first and then to perform better, right? So for us is what for the investor, if they come in with 100,000, they're going to start with 100,000. So there is no sales fee.
Right.
But we do have a performance fee, a small performance fee, to incentivize the fund managers so that just to do better. Yeah.
So how it's structured out is in a way where if your fund performs, then you'll only get paid out. Is it that sort of? Oh,
Yeah, so performance fee is not new because there's no unit trust fund managers today that has performance fee, right?
Yeah,
So they are not incentivized to perform.
Yep.
But it's not new in the more developed economies, right? Because you really need to incentivize the fund manager to perform better,
Of course.
Yeah, so that's what we do. And of course, for fund management, normally we also have what we call a hurdle rate.
Okay.
We call it a watermark, which means that our watermark is currently at 7%. That means if we make a 10% profit, for example, right, that 7% the investor keeps. We don't touch anything. And we will charge 20% on the 3%.
Oh.
Yes. So if we perform only 5%, we will not take any performance fee. Yeah. So that's where we get the alignment between the fund manager and the investors. Investors make more money first,
Right.
we get small cut from it.
Right.
Yeah, but on top of that 7% hurdle rate.
Do you know how many people suddenly open up a webpage like Google you all now, like how to get?
I hope so. Because we haven't really marketed yet.
Yeah.
And because right now we are just marketing and we are just engaging our current community and students.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can check it out at equitiestracker.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, but I want to know. So,
There's a bigger plan in place. There's a dream in place. Yeah. What's the dream, bro?
You mean personally or for the company?
let's go company first. Then
Yeah.
let's go personal. after that.
We are. One of our DNA in the financial industry, we are trying to be mavericks in the industry.
Right.
Somehow disruptive because like this product that we actually offering right now is not available in industry today, right? And the reason why people wants to learn themselves on investing is because they wanted to. They think they can do better than the fund managers.
Of course.
All right, so that's why they go to classes lah, basically, right? And right now it's like everyone want fast money fast, right? But I still believe in a longer term investment because that's a little bit more safer. Becoming a trader is not. I mean, it took me about nearly 3 years to become, be confident as a trader, right? So it took some time. So the big plan is actually to have more products,
Right.
offerings, not just stocks, but we want to include crypto. And of course, the US market. Everybody look at US markets. So we can have a product where, okay, maybe you want to have 60% Malaysian stocks, 30% US
nice,
stocks,
yeah.
and 20% crypto, for example.
Yep.
And we can offer that product.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. So, okay, we're done with the work.
Yeah.
Personal? What's the plan?
I'm of course, ultimately, I want to be known as a best performing fund manager. First, fund manager means it's a company that performs, but I want to be part of it, right?
Right.
And of course, for us, we just don't want to make money from fund management. Of course, as a business, you have to make money, and we're a listed company, right? So you can check out our financials right now as well. But we do want to we want to show them that we can actually do it.
Right.
And if we think out of the box, like not being in whatever that's being offered today, and how you can structure something, we can have something better lah. And we hope that we could be known for that lah, as a disruptor in the industry.
Nice.
Yeah.
But okay, let me go more personal lah.
Yeah.
All right. You started off at college money spent, mother burn, then the money burn already.
All right. The mindset to step back in.
And mindset to grow from failure is something that a lot of people are afraid of. And that's the thing that stops a lot of people from moving forward.
Yeah.
They try, fail, stop. Rather than try, fail, get better, and then that's when it. What was your mindset like? How did you train yourself too?
Like I said, I guess I was lucky because I started young.
Yeah.
Because if anything happens, you can still go back under your parents' umbrella, right? But if you were to ask me if I fall at this point of time, and the good thing, because you failed before earlier, right?
Yeah.
You have learned the lesson, and you know you can come back again. You have that experience of coming back again, so that helps, right?
Right.
But if I have not experienced that before, and I've experienced this now,
Yep.
I don't know what to do, right? I
Right.
probably need help.
Yeah.
So I think even for my kids and all that, I said, you guys just take any challenges first, right? You have that support system currently, and you learn from it. And if this thing happens again in the future, you know what to do, right? I think that's important, lah. But so far, I haven't have that fall.
Okay, you don't have the fall because learning from mistakes. Another thing you put in is parachutes.
Yes, you have parachutes like brakes and
Stuff that will stop your fall.
Yes.
You've put into place.
Yeah, you'll consider the risks more, lah.
Correct.
Yeah, you consider risk more. So you have like now it's like even in trading, always when I taught trading is you have to treat trading like a game, right? If you are into chess, because when you play chess, it's not just figuring the next move, right? You are figuring so many other steps. So that has actually taught me. So trading has actually taught me in my personal life as well that you have to think ahead of what are your consequences when you make all these decisions. So that's like you said, so that you don't
Correct.
You don't have the high risk of falling again.
And I like that you brought up the metaphor of chess because you're not only planning your front moves, you're also anticipating the moves of the other side.
Yes, correct.
To change against your okay.
So with this process, I think especially for people who are new in the market and all of that, and I'm sure one of the biggest challenges they find is sticking with a system.
Yeah.
And not to even say developing a system. Let's just talk about sticking to a system.
Yeah.
Right. Have you stuck with your system throughout? Right. Especially during the beginning years.
yeah. I know there's a lot of mumbo jumbo when it comes to trading. Like people teach you, oh, this is secret formula to this, secret formula to that, and that kind of stuff. It's like, and this. There's no real secret lah. I think you need to get the fundamentals right first, the knowledge first.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you still have to go through the school of hard knocks, because that's when you apply it and you learn, right? And something works, something don't work. Right. So you just have to do it. It's not like you go to trading. I want to get ready first, get the knowledge first, and then only I start. But you know what? Just start, and we can start small, right? And then just go through the journey.
It's like riding a bike.
It's like riding a bike, right?
So it's like if you're so scared of the car knock you lah, outside environment lah, don't know how to ride nicely lah, you will never ride a bike.
Yeah. But again, that's because I started riding bike when I was in school. So I'm more confident riding bike today. But for those who are new,
Right.
of course, it's a challenge, especially when you're riding big bikes, right?
Yeah.
And of course, when I was young, I got into accidents as well. I got like 2 accidents, and I almost can't walk in one of the accidents. So again, that lesson actually helped me to be more cautious right now. So I think lessons learned in the earlier life is very important. Take as much risk as possible.
Which is the key. The thing that we tell everyone is stop allowing fear to allow you to move forward, or take risks or try things. But take risks with knowledge. Don't just, that fella told me to do this, I do it. You know what I mean? Like, learn as well. You know what I mean? Of course, you learn your bikes. We brought up bikes because he rides bikes, all right? So I've seen pictures, and he has a bike community as well.
Yeah.
What is it? Just like stocks, just like crypto, there's people outside saying, it's dangerous lah. Worry lah. So much things can go wrong. Why you do it? Same thing you explained about the crypto life already, you business now. Now my bikes now.
Yeah, it's just something that I liked when I was young.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different experience. I mean, if you guys have been riding, I'm not sure whether you guys ride or not, but it's just a total different experience. It's like you and your bike and nothing else, and it's like you and everything, right, in your environment. There's nothing protects you.
Yeah.
So it's that freedom. But I guess it's not just that. It's also the community. Because if you look at the brand like Harley Davidson, for example, they are one of the clumsiest bikes. the hottest bikes, and the one that vibrates like shit, right? Compared to the other bikes. But they are there because, of course, number one, you look more kental, like, a cup right there, right? That's number one. But their success is actually on the community.
Right.
Right. So once you get a bike, a Harley Davidson, there are many clubs or communities that you can actually join, and that's where you share that same passion, right?
Right.
You share the same hobby with them.
Yeah. It's like when you talk about a Harley, it sounds like well, community that knows how to take right here.
But everyone comes in a different mind frame. Why? Because I say this, you started before you had family, kids. Now you got family and kids, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 sons. Yeah.
So what's the back of your mind, right? Has that changed or is still the same?
Well, my wife started riding as well. She used to be.
Okay, counting, but really counting. Wife give permission. On go. Okay.
Yeah. My second son, my first one is not really into biking, but my first one is picking up the biking as well. Yeah.
So it's going to be a family of bikes.
That's going to be a family
So
too.
if you see 4 people now, father, mother, 2 sons, you know who it is. It's our friend Benny here.
That's quite fun, but of course, just at least because I know the risk on riding bikes and all that. So, it's like people have an impression where when you're riding bikes, it's like all the mother of babes. And you can see like most of the accidents are bikes and most of deaths come from bikes, right? But actually, if you look at those big bikes,
That is not all. Yeah.
because just those use those bikes for weekend rides and they go on the highways because most of the accidents happen on small trunk roads and all that, right? But of course, safety is first, and you have to go to a riding course and safety course and all that. Then you are being more cautious on riding on a bike because it's really, like you say, it's really risky. Because once you get an accident and that's it, you don't know.
Correct. So see, you brought up community, you brought up safety, you brought up knowledge. Okay, that was the bike. Let's move back to your profession.
Sure.
How can people join your community? You brought up so many times that you have a community of people and stuff. How do people get in touch with you to join your community so that they can learn, they can know how to be safe, they can mitigate disasters?
Yeah.
So how do people join you?
Yeah, so we still continue our education. I think we are probably the only fund manager that still educates investors, and we are the only educator who is actually a real fund manager, right? So we still continue that because that's going to be our funnel to educate them first, because if they do not know about investing, then it's going to be hard for them to know how we invest.
Correct.
Right? So we built that community. So how they can do it is we actually have our community are people who actually pay subscriptions to our software because we use the tool. So that's where our financial data is, right? We use the tool most of the time. And when they subscribe to the software, they get to join the community.
Okay.
Once, not like 2 or 3 times a month we'll meet. Whether we present our research stuff or we get CEOs to come in, speak with them, this kind of stuff. Yeah.
And what would you say to people who are, venturing into, hey, I want to make extra money, and then what about all these trading thing or fund management thing? What would you advise people who are on that path?
Yeah, I think number one, people don't have a lot of patience, right? I think that's a big thing because everything is getting faster right now. From YouTube, and now you go to Instagram, and now TikTok. So like 10 seconds video, it's like it's getting faster. But you need to have that patience, because like I said, you can't be a master trader after going to YouTube and all that. You need to learn from it. You need to really put your have a skin in the game first, right? And learn from that. And that takes time, right? But people just people just impatient, and that's the reason why also a lot of people like, I learn from this guy, and there's I go to the next guy, and I go to the next guy, and I go to the next guy, and eventually they don't learn anything. So it's very important that they actually learn first. Of course, that's very important, right? You go to the basics as long as you understand what you're doing. That's most important, right? And then your risk is lower.
Yeah.
Compared to those who are just purely speculating, right? All those gamblers mentality lah. Because gamblers always want to make money fast, right? But trading and investing, even trading, although you're trading short term, but you also need to look at it.
Correct.
So I think you have to be very patient. Don't start until you at least know what you're doing, right? And then you start small first. And I was glad that our PMX recently announced that they will try to bring that shares, number of shares you can buy lower, right? Because now you buy 100 shares.
Correct.
And that's one of the reasons why we start our fund management minimum investment of 50,000. Because in order to build a good portfolio, we need that 50,000.
Correct.
Anything lesser than that, a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
But if we really go down to one shares, for example, right, in the future, that will be fantastic, right? And it can start with very small investments, right? Yeah, we can also start managing maybe a 5,000 portfolio instead of 50,000.
Yeah.
So there you go. In case you're wondering how to invest, take it like you want to build your body. You want to go to the gym. First you study first. Then you find a trainer. Then you start with small numbers. Get the technique right first. Then when you slowly build, then your muscle build. It's not overnight. Okay?
Yeah, I did brought a very good point, and that's the reason why we build community, right? Because sometimes investing can be very lonely. Interest can be very lonely. So when you get a group of people who are all aligned, we share the same frequency, and then you know that if I lose money, the guy probably lose money as well. We are all in the same ship together, right? And then that's where we learn one another as well. I think that's the reason why the community. Of course, it's not just community that comes in and just talk and just bring and and all that, right? But there'll be a lot of lessons you can learn, like not just from the trainers, but also among the members themselves.
Yeah. So with that, if you want to learn more and connect with Benny and potentially profit together with Benny, do go to equitiestracker.com and listen. Yeah.
It's like I don't move this. You all can see it. Well done.
And maybe he'll invite you into his biker community.
Well, you can search my name, Benny Lee, on Google. Yeah. You either see a dead American actor. Not that one. Not
I'm the dead American actor first. I was like, this guy don't do Asia.
Okay, so with that, thank you very much, Benny. Absolute pleasure having you in our GMT8 podcast. And if you would love to hear Benny and have him on our podcast again, type it in the comments. All right, say Benny.
Good luck. And build a community. And thank you so much, Benny.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.